Hey there, everyone. This is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. And today we're going to ask the biz tip question. How do you add a calendar link to a confirmation email or maybe even to a web page so that people can easily add this to their calendar so that they won't forget your event? I know that's what I want to know. So let's find out and let's get busy for this Biz Tip Tuesday. Let's take it. Hey there, everyone. This is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach inside a content creation tips and more Facebook group, Busy 9 to 5ers Hive. And if you're watching off of my Facebook page, thank you, everybody, for showing up today. So today is another Biz Tip Tuesday. And inside of Biz Tip Tuesday, I bring you tips, tricks, knowledge, information, training, a little bit of everything, all having to do with content marketing strategies to help you to grow your business. For any of my new members inside of the group or subscribers, thank you very much for showing up and joining our community. Please ask your questions while we're here and in any time inside of the group. So the question that I have for you today that is often asked is, how can I get that cool, quick link to have people when they sign up for an event of mine that they can easily add that to their calendar? And I said, you know what? That's a good question. So I'm going to give you a really cool tool that is a freebie. Always good when there's a freebie involved that you can easily create for yourself. So what you want to be able to do is we're going to go to this link and you can even follow along with me. But the link is right here for you. It's just type in tinyurl.com/cal links and it will take you to the page. I'm going to share my screen real quick and then we'll get started. And I'll also put it inside of the chat. So let me do that as well. There we go. So you'll have the link there as well. Okay, there we go there. All right, so let me go back. So let me share my screen and then we can get started. So here, once you click on the link, is that coming across for you guys? I've been having such technical difficulties lately, so bear with me if you're not seeing anything. Okay, so let me share my screen and we are gonna be here in the tab. There you go. All right, so once you type in the URL, tinyurl.com/cal links, you're going to land here. And so this is a free website that's called Digital Inspirations. And one of the things that you are able to do is just what I said, how you can quickly and easily create a link for your calendar and events. And so people can add it to their calendars and they will have a better chance of showing up. So in order for you to do that, let me just double check my screen so everybody can see there. Okay. All right. So what you want to be able to do once you get to the site is, of course, is know your event. So let's scroll down. And what you will simply do here is type in your event title. If there is an actual location, a physical location, or even a digital location, if it's going to be your website, then put in the website, type that in. And then give it a little bit of detail, information, whatever you want to have in that calendar event is what's going to go there. This is all the populated text that's going to go into that calendar event and show up on everybody's calendar. Okay, so this is just going to be a 5-day challenge. Grow your biz. Okay. Next thing you want to make sure of is that you set it for the proper time zone so that you are set at. It'll show up on everybody else's time zone for their calendar. So if you're going to be setting it so that you're running it in Eastern Standard Time, then that's the time zone you need to set it for. If you live in Pacific Coast, then you need to put it on your time zone, no one else's. The calendars themselves will automatically make the difference in the time differences on their own. So you don't have to worry about that. So that's one thing. Then you just want to simply come down. is this going to be an all-day event? If it's going to be an all-day event, then they'll just hold the space for the whole day and then you're done. If, however, it's going to be for a start and end time, then you need to specify that start and end time as well. So in this case, we're going to start it on August the 22nd. It's a Monday. And then you'll put your date and then you put your year. And then your start time, hour, minute, AM or PM. Just that simple. Then you need to also put in the end time. So in this case, same day. And then it's just going to be an hour. So 11:59. Okay, so 1 hour, right? And then you scroll on down. And here's the thing. These are the 4 most popular calendar that people use for the most part. And so here's what it will automatically create for you. Is that the event's date and time that you've selected before the event starts, you are going to want to click here. So this is to add to the calendar for Google. There's Google, there's Outlook, there's Office 365, and then there's Yahoo Calendar. So you will create a link in your correspondence for each of them if you want to show it for all. If you just want to show Google Calendar and say, I'm just going to do Google Calendar. If you don't got Google Calendar, then you just add it on your own. You can do that. But here's the thing you're going to get. You have 3 options. You have the option to add it to the calendar. That's going to be a copy button here for you to copy that link. And you're going to add it to your email. I'm going to show you how to do that. You also have the option, if you want to embed this link on a web page. So if you want to use HTML code, you can take that. That's what this is for here. And if you want to make an HTML button on a web page, then you too can do it there. But for today, I'm simply sticking with an email correspondence. Okay, so we're going to stick it here. So this is going to be my first one. Is going to be for a calendar for Google Calendar. So I'm going to click the Google Calendar link. This is going to set it up here. You can even see calendar.google.com. And then all the detailed information that you entered up here is going to carry into it on the link. So I'm just simply going to copy it. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for here for 1 sec. And then I'm going to head on over and I'm going to open up my email automation platform. So we'll share my screen again. And I'm going to open up my email automation. This applies to all of them that are out there. I'm just happen to be modeling inside of Content Latte in our email automation system and what you have to offer. So this is going to be, again, where you're going to you can create it as a regular link, or you can create it as a button. So if you created it as a link, then what you can simply do here is type in, zoom in, hopefully you can see my screen good. I can simply type here, click to add to Google Calendar, right? So I can type my text, I can simply highlight that text, and then I can click my link button on my toolbar. And then in this particular case, you select external link, and then you just copy paste that link that you just got from the link creator, and then save it. And now that person will have that as a link to share. I usually try to make it bold, maybe a different color. You can do whatever makes you happy, right? So there's that. And you would repeat that for each of them. Now, if you want to also make it a little fancier, you can create it as a button. So you would do the same thing. You're going to go to your building block. You're going to come down here, click the button block, and you can simply click and drag it onto your inside of your content. And then when you click on it, you're going to do the same thing. Here's the link. It's an external link. And then we're just going to paste it in and save it. Do you want to open it in the same tab, or do you want it to open up in a separate tab? That's totally up to you, whatever you find to be useful. Sometimes it really depends. I tend to try to open up in a separate tab because there's the likelihood that people are going to come back to the content if they want to continue to read. So you want to have that available to them. And that's the reason why sometimes you might say, open up in a new tab. That way the person's not going to stay in the browser. They're going to have where they were, and then it'll open up a new tab for them so that they can take care of that business from that action that you're asking them to do. So that's a little trick of the trade there. Hit the save button. And then here under You can change your color however you see fit. And then here, just double click the text. And here, it'd be like here, add to Google Calendar. Oh, wow. Just that fancy dancy. And so now we're done. So you can simply save it. And then you can, if you wanted to, you can create another one for each of the different calendars. So and that's simply as easy as it gets. So that way now when you send that correspondence off, you not only have confirmed for them their event that they've signed up for, but you've also provided them the convenience of adding this to their calendar in short order. They didn't have to go and say, oh, let me go type it in myself because I don't want to forget. Do that for them. It's a great little add value and lets them know that you're thinking of them and keeping things as simple as possible. And here's the other thing. No matter what anybody thinks, everybody has really good intentions. They sign up for stuff and then they think they're going to remember and they don't remember. But see, by you putting it on their calendar in this fashion, it will also, you typically set up a 10-minute reminder for them. So that's some work out of you that you don't have to do. You might still going to send an email reminder anyway. But any way that you can kind of keep the event in the front of them right before things are about to happen, the better. So there's that. All right, so let me stop sharing my screen there. All righty. And that, my friends, is just how easy it could be for you to add a calendar link to your correspondence for either your email confirmations, or if you have a thank you page, you can do it on your thank you page and add it as a button there, or you can just do it on your regular web page. But those are usually the two ones. Typically, when you're confirming for some type of event, it's a nice little added thank you for thinking of me, putting this on my calendar, and they're going to have a higher rate of showing up for you. And that, my friends, is always a good thing. So if you haven't already done so, come on over to keepitsimplecoach.info. That's where you'll find me in my toolbox. And then there are other resources of other tools that I use on a daily basis help me to run my business. So you can visit there. There's usually a link at the top for my toolbox. Check that out. And then, of course, if you're not already a member of my Content Creation Tips and More Facebook group, join us over at smallbizsociety.com. If you haven't launched your business yet, but you do want to start your side gig, then I want to invite you over to the Busy 9-to-5ers Hive. That's where I help aspiring employees who want to make the transition to entrepreneurship with a little help from me with a side gig and then blow it up. So that's what you can do with that. All right. Until next time, my friends, it's always a pleasure. Let's get busy.